Welcome to Karma's Harvest. We often think that a single mistake is what ruins a person, but usually it's the weight of 1,000 hidden lies finally catching up. Victor had already lost his mansion to a bowl of lobster bisque, but as the dust settled, he was about to realize that the collapse of his home was only the beginning of his true undoing. What happened next proved that you can't hide the truth when the walls literally come tumbling down. The morning after the crash, Victor sat in a cold hotel room, his mind already spinning a web of litigation. He didn't care that Leo, the young delivery driver, had nearly died. He only cared about the insurance money and his reputation. He planned to sue the delivery platform for millions, claiming their faulty GPS and unstable driver caused the destruction of his estate. He felt confident. After all, he was a master of digital footprints. He believed he had erased every trace of the location spoofing hack he used to lure Leo to his remote home. But Victor had forgotten one fundamental rule of physics. Digital locks don't matter when the physical hardware is crushed under 10 tons of concrete. As the heavy machinery began clearing the wreckage of the server room, the foreman noticed something unusual. Tucked behind a false wall that had been cracked open by the impact was a secondary high-density server rack, still humming faintly on an uninterruptible power supply. This wasn't standard home equipment. When the local police arrived to document the accidental structural failure, an officer with a background in cybercrime noticed the suspicious cooling lines and the encrypted military-grade hardware. Victor's face went pale. He had spent years building a shadow empire of corporate espionage and data theft, all handled from the safety of his impenetrable home. He thought he was untouchable behind his glass walls, but those walls were now powder. While the feds were being called in to examine the servers, a small but significant twist was unfolding in a hospital room across town. Leo, bruised and shaken, was visited by a tech-savvy lawyer who had seen the viral footage of the delivery bike that leveled a mansion. The lawyer had a piece of evidence. Victor hadn't considered the high-definition dash cam mounted on Leo's helmet. The camera had continued to record for minutes after the crash. It didn't just capture the impact, it captured the audio of Victor stumbling out of the kitchen, screaming not for help, but yelling into his phone about shutting down the secondary uplink before the cops see the hack. That recording was the final nail in the coffin. It proved Victor was conscious of his illegal activities. The moment the crash happened, the small hack he used to get his soup, the GPS spoofing, was the exact same methodology. He used to mask the location of his illegal servers from federal monitors. By trying to save $5 on a delivery fee and 10 minutes of wait time, Victor had literally invited the law into the one place he needed to keep them out of. The very efficiency he worshipped had become the GPS beacon that led the FBI straight to his doorstep. The harvest was devastating. Victor wasn't just denied his insurance claim. He was indicted on 34 counts of felony data theft and obstruction of justice. His remaining assets were frozen and eventually seized. But the most poetic part of the harvest came a year later. The Good Samaritan law, combined with a massive settlement from Victor's seized estate, didn't just pay for Leo's sister's surgery, it funded a full scholarship for Leo to study structural engineering. Today, Victor sits in a 6-by-9-foot cell where the meals are never late, but they are certainly never lobster bisque. He has all the time in the world to calculate where he went wrong. While Leo is busy building homes that are designed to stand the test of time, built on a foundation of honesty rather than hacks. Remember, the seeds of your downfall are often planted in the moments. You think you are most clever? Thank you for watching the conclusion of this journey. This story reminds us that while we can manipulate technology, we can never truly manipulate justice. If you believe that honesty is the only foundation worth building on, hit that like button and share this lesson with someone who needs to hear it. We're already preparing a brand new story for next week, a tale of a corporate CEO who tried to outsource his conscience, only to find it waiting for him at home. Subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next harvest. Until then, stay grounded and sow with integrity.